Então eu vou-lhe apresentar agora o Sr. Peter Mc Grath e ele vai explicar um pouco esse produto fenomenal que é o Wamm Master Chronosonic.
Thank you, Ricardo. As he said, I'm Peter Mc Grath. Can I ask, I don't speak any Portuguese. Does everyone understand English?
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Yes.
Not a problem?
Not a problem.
Okay, forgive me. I want to talk a little bit about David Wilson. As you pointed out, he's just left a little bit less than a year ago, and it will be a year in about a week's time. And all of us at Wilson Audio and his friends worldwide miss him dearly. But he left us with something that is truly, truly spectacular. This is a legacy beyond comprehension. The last 5 years of David Wilson's life are dedicated totally to the design and construction of the Master Chronosonic that is behind me. It is the full circle completion of a journey that he started in the late 70s when he developed the first Wamm. And it incorporates many of the principles that were in that first Wamm carried forward to today's technology. And this is what he wanted to do. He wanted to be this lasting statement. At the time he started the project, he did not realize that he would be passing so soon. The illness that took him, which was a bone cancer, came up very, very suddenly. But we're all so fortunate that he was able to complete this in a timely fashion before he left us. And I might add, just so that you all know, the Wilson Audio Company is in incredible shape right now because David had the foresight and wisdom 3 years ago to appoint his son Daryl as the chief operating officer of the company. And David and his wife Cheryl Lee retired from the company, assumed the position of board of directors, and then David decided that he wanted to spend all of his time, full-time, developing the Wamm. And then when he passed, Daryl very elegantly stepped into David's shoes. And I might add that Daryl designed many of the current speakers that are available from Wilson. He designed from scratch the DAW Sasha, which is in the other room. He designed the Sabrina. He designed the Alexia 2. He designed the Alex. So he's a very competent designer because all of the designs that he's come out with have met with unqualified success, each one establishing a benchmark in its character and product designation. So we're very blessed. It's sorrowful that we've lost David, but as far as the company is concerned, we move forward and we're doing extremely well. And I'm privileged to be a part of it and have been with Wilson in the position that I hold for the last 20 years. And I'm going to start off with a recording that's very, very famous. I have the file of it on the computer. Benjamin Britten's, how do we pronounce it, Ricardo? Neue Fuddle?
Noise flute, yeah.
Yeah, noise flute. It's old recording. I think this is actually done in possibly the late 50s. It was a very, very early stereo project. More than likely done with 2, maybe 3 microphones, and that's it. Done in a very large stage where all kinds of things are happening. And you'll find that the speakers, again, disappear, and it's very, very dynamic. And you'll find things are sort of happening in all kinds of different spaces and places, and it's a fun record. There's children's chorus, there's percussion, there's male baritone, there's orchestra. absolutely marvelous. They sound full range. But when you turn the woofers on, it's as if the walls of the room go away, and the venue of the recording gets double or triple in the size. It's a magical thing what the woofers add to it. Typically high-end, high-performance loudspeakers that have fixed baffle design, whether it's a straight baffle or a curved or a flanged baffle. Typically the closest they can get in the time domain might be 60, 70, 80 microseconds. And as Dave pointed out many years ago, he did a lot of research and study and determined that the ear is very sensitive to linearity in the amplitude domain, meaning the frequency response. But equally important, the ear is very sensitive to timing, the intraoral timing characteristics of the ear.
When the train come in the station, looked her in the eye. Yeah, the train come in the station, and I looked her in the eye. Yeah, and I felt so scared and lonesome. Hang my head, cry.
Ability to create with good recordings a sense of space between all of the instruments. You get a beautiful representation of the recording itself. It makes the speakers disappear. Even though the speakers are physically huge, you can hard pressed to imagine how they could go away, but they do when they're playing. Is that when I set up a pair of these, or my colleagues from Wilson Audio set up a pair of these, we take a measurement, how far you are from the speaker, how high up your ears are from the ground. Then we also take into account the amplifier you're using and the cables, because all of that has a time signature, and what we can actually do is calibrate this system so that all of the drivers are in perfect time alignment.
dost thou leave me? My visionary joys remove.
Of a Mahler symphony or of a fado singer, and everything in between. It just gives you the whole glory of the musical experience at a level that is unprecedented. Nothing in the past has done this. But this is not an overnight miracle. This represents 45 years of David Wilson's design and development. And fortunately, he completed it just before he died, a little bit less than a year ago. But it was the last 5 years of his life were dedicated to creating this masterpiece.